I wasn't actually planning to actually have like a single dungeon per episode, but that's pretty much how this is looking right now, but I guess that's just how it's going to be. Anyhow, this is where I'm actually going to be jumping into multiple dungeons probably all over the place because I'm basically under level for all these dungeons. And likely what's going to happen is whenever I run into a tough foe, I'm just going to run away. To not die. Because not dying is not, a good thing. Alright, time for Mental Freeze to jump back in. Now I'm going to go to the Dominion port in a moment, but we're actually going to jump up here first. Park Pride. And I'm just going to quickly jump into, like, these guys here, see what they have, like, in store. These are all, like, tier 1 lanterns and stuff like that. And this is more, I guess, like, lanterns and such. They're all tier 1. I will note that you'll eventually find, like, these, like, these stores basically have more and more basically stuff in them, I guess, as you go along. For some reason. And apparently, by the way, I actually sold my citrine here for some reason, so there's a citrine if I wanted it, but I don't really need it anymore. Alright, before I basically go anywhere, I basically want to check to see what these guys basically have for light races and stuff like that for these lamps, because we're going to be going to a dark area soon. And dark areas sort of like are annoying, so a nice bright lantern of, like, health would be, like, not a bad thing to basically get. I might get this just for the extra, like, bit of life it basically gives me here. But getting, like, 6 would probably be even better, so got myself an achievement basically for buying some from one of these AOAs. Or AAAs, rather. Alright, so I'm basically buying this lantern because we're going to go into an area that's basically dark. The Troll Dominion, like, sewers. And the nice thing about having a lantern being able to see is, like, with a ranged character, it's good to basically be able to shoot out with it, right? So now I can basically see a little bit far because I actually have the light rays to basically see this far. Inspect the creature, I got a light rays of 6 here. Alright, so we're basically battling against, like, alligators and trolls in this one. Giant alligators, bass alligators. Yeah, you're gonna try and stun me there a little bit. That's annoying, but oh well. Let's go with this. Let's do that. By the way, stay out of the water. It's, like, poisonous, so you don't want to be in the water. Or next to this guy. Poof. And of course get a friend right here, because why not? Before I accidentally hit this bomb somewhere, let's just drop this over here. Perfect. Alright, so there's a troll marauder, so hooray! We have marauders in the game! Let's do this. We'll explode them. There's another giant alligator right here. How cliche, also terrifying. And yes, we have mutant snakes in here as well. There's a regular sewer alligator over here. Now, I'll note that everything in here really is like, you know, not putting up much of a fight, but as soon as we find basically like a rare, that's going to change very, very quickly, of course. There is like felts as well, so there's that too. Let's go to the next level. And of course we got someone next to us right here, so poof. Drop that right there and kill it. I'm not by this like ability like here. I can actually cast into darkness if I want to, so you can basically do that to basically use it if you want. Now, on the bottom there's like these strange counters on the walls. We will eventually come back to these in a moment, but we're just going to avoid them for now until like we actually have the fortitude to sort of battle what's basically going to come out of them. Yeah, staying in the water is not a good idea, but you know, the game will actually move you out of the way if you're like, you know, in the water, unfortunately. Alright, so that's basically another bit of lore. Smugglers and like other stuff basically, there's like a whole lot of stuff basically happening in Maj'Eyal. Illegal, like, you know, orientation stuff. Thunder grenade! So we now build like, you know, thunder grenades. They're basically up here. They're explosives for the belt. We need explosive free for this one. I'll basically look up what this is basically all about at some point. I forgot like, you know, what a lot of stuff basically does, but oh well. I'll have to get some Samurai Tools at some point. I know where to get those. Get ourselves a medical implant for the duelist, that could be useful. And a level up's very useful, so hooray, level up. Let's see here. I want to basically get this up to 36, so we now have access to all this stuff over here. I can basically get myself more steam capacity, more steam power. Eventually we'll get that as well. Let's boost this up here. Now, I'll basically have some place to spend my generics for a little bit over here, so let's get ourselves bind injection over here so we have access to that for the future. And we're going to start boosting up our dexterity again, so basically we can get, like, you know, this stuff basically over here. Alright, so this looks like it's useful. So we'll use this perhaps. There's a nice blink rune, but it only goes up to 4 spaces, so that's kind of like, you know, weak, so whatever. Let's get rid of this one. So we just got rid of this medical injector here for like the new one that is found right here. I should probably note, by the way, the inscriptions like for like the EoR campaign, the steam generators and the medical injectors, they're actually very weak early on, so it's actually advisable not to use them if you can find like a good, like, you know, rune or infusion. I just haven't found, like, you know, a good rune or infusion, so it doesn't really matter. There's a hidden vault. No problem, these are like all crumbling stairs and stuff like that, so unless I basically have the, like, you know, I guess, fortune to basically go down these places, we're just gonna, like, you know, just, like, come here, explore around, do some stuff, run back, like, you know, later on. Etc, etc. Wow, there's a troll pirate. He's just sort of like meh. Little Marauder no one cares about. There's a troll guard, this guy carries a shield. He's wearing, like, you know, armor segments and stuff like that. So, I'll note basically, like, this is actually something to note about this game here. I'll note that the trolls basically in, like, you know, Tales of Maj'Eyal, or, like, you know, the original campaign of this game here, they're, like, they're sort of, like, dumb brutes, but here they're actually, like, smart enough to actually do stuff. And, like, better equipment. And these, like, trolls actually represent a different faction than, like, you know, the other, like, you know, trolls basically in the game. Essentially we have, like, the allied kingdoms and, like, you know, the elves and, like, the other people basically over in, like, you know, Maj'Eyal. Over here in Maj'Eyal we have, like, the Sunwell, the orcs, and, like, the minotaurs. The trolls are actually, like, you know, on different continents and all these, like, other people here. And actually sail around doing stuff, so... they're around doing things. And let's just put this right here. Alright, I can actually use it if I want to, like, you know, well, we can actually use this if I want to basically do stuff, I guess, so... basically, I can put this on cooldown to, like, you know, avoid, like, wasting up these, like, you know, injectors over here if I want to. That's the nice thing about, like, you know, the side shot power. They can actually use, like, this, like, you know, mind injection to, like, you know, give themselves, like, you know, inscription, like, you know, abilities. So, we do this. There's a way to the next level over here. So we can go over here if I want to. Now, I'll note that the main port here, by the way, is basically like the, you know, the third level, and it's sort of like matches like the Valoran, like, you know, encampment, which basically has like a sort of different layout. Essentially, like, you know, the idea of like the main port is that we're actually like climbing up through the sewers, and basically trying to like get to like a certain point to like bring down like the like, you know, the port from the inside. And now we're just gonna be fighting like trolls for the most part, so. There's some armor. There's a nice sonic shield, so... again, I could, like, get this basically right here, but, this actually looks pretty useful. Could actually reduce, like, damage by a lot. I actually want to use this, because actually, like, reduces, like, you know, damage by, like, you know, quite a bit for, like, each turn. It's actually not that bad. Now I just noticed, by the way, I actually picked up a pouch of like steel shots here. These are noticeably the same as like these ones right here, but they have less capacity and they have nothing that really makes me want to use them over like this one right here, so I won't worry about them, I guess. I should probably note, by the way, that the Embers of Rage campaign is a little bit different from like, the Asia Sensi campaign, so it actually makes sense to actually check out like the armors in this one, because I may very well just like, get this like up to like 3 or 5 to heavy armor training, so I actually use like massive plate armor. Unlike with like the Asia Sensi campaign, physical threats are actually a bit more like an issue in this campaign, so that is a thing. A very awesome piece of, like, you know, disciplinary right here, I guess. Keyhauled. Here's a troll captain over here, by the way. He's barking orders. Let's drop that right there, and we'll go... miss our shot, because why not? Drop that on them, I guess. Drop that here. Explode them. Isn't it nice to have a little bit of range? Let's drop that right there. We'll get ourselves this going. We'll pop this basically off. You're dead. I hit my flank, but I missed like the bowling shot, so that's annoying. Well, this guy's rushed me, so that's annoying as well, but oh well. Let's get rid of this. We're just gonna go lean a little bit. Now, don't probably run out of steam resources at this point. Something about this game, by the way, is that when you're basically using like your steam guns, they actually require steam basically to be fired each time like you basically fire it. So I'm basically like using my guns here. Both the guns and like your talents basically take away steam. So unlike with like arrows and the bow and arrow type of thing, you have to basically worry about your resource basically for your guns and like your steam power. And of course, there's always reloading as well. That's an issue, but that's less of an issue. Total thuggery is on these guys here apparently, so that's anything. Let's drop that right there. Missed my bowling shot again. And of course this guy rushed me because that's what he does. Just explode him like this. Finally kill him off. Kill off you, and let's go. Miss our bowling shot, because why not? That's what we do. I'll note, by the way, a lot of my damage is coming from my retaliation more than my, my ability to hit these guys right now. That is a thing right now, but whatever. Alright, there's a chest here. That's a glowing chest, by the way, so I just want to leave that alone for a moment. I will note, by the way, there's like chests in here you can actually loop that are like, they're called booty chests. They're a little different from like the glowing chests. You can basically step on these and like get some like stuff basically you make use of here. So just like a lot of steam, slaying here. There's some more stuff right there. We got ourselves, a few weapons, some more money. This is actually one of the things I like about this campaign, by the way, is they have like these loot, sort of sources like early on. There's an Acromancer, by the way, so this guy's like a troll, mage. And there's basically a sword that's basically a Randart. And a Frost Salve. Can I make Frost Salves yet? I don't think we can, so... Can be learned. We learned to tinker. Frost Salve. That's basically this thing right here, by the way. Maybe I'll go over like the salves at the end of this video, basically what they're all about. But they're essentially just like the runes and infusions from other games, so not a whole lot to say about them. Here's an AAA. Here's what I want to basically see. This guy's got inscriptions. So runes and infusions this guy basically has, so we could get ourselves boom infusion, basically run around a little bit. We could get ourselves healing basically from regeneration here. There's Shards Afflictions down here as well. Shards Affliction isn't really that important for me right now, so what I'm really looking at is like this stuff up here, I think. So Being able to heal would be nice. And being able to run away is like nice as well. I may want to get this stuff over here. Beggars can't be choosers, so I'm going to buy both of these right here, and we'll send this guy basically back to Kruk. And I'm going to basically place this right here over the Acid Wave like infusion. So there goes the like Moon infusion when I basically need it. And we'll basically place this over the weaker medical injector I basically have right here. I really don't need to have like, you know, multiple medical injectors early on, or really at all, with his character, so if I need to, I can basically swap out stuff to like, you know, get like a healing regeneration if I need to, which is like useful. Living Mind Star Shadowbiter. Lots of power in this one, so fires that dagger basically found. So this is a tier 5 Mind Star. It would be nice to have the willpower to wield this, but I won't be able to wield it for a while, so move that to my normal inventory for now. This is a cool dagger for like the ability to wound things, I guess. So it's basically like cuts down like the healings of like enemies, so that's cool. You know what? I'm gonna basically try like, you know, APE just stuff so you can basically see something instead. So no problem. Basically, like, you know, turn the arena basically into like, you know, salvage. Basically got door and steel. So that's basically tier 3 like, you know, green stuff. There's a couple more battle axes. Don't really care about those, but you know, whatever. We got them. Let's go up here. There's a topaz as well as a soothing ash tome of stinging. There's another dead troll for my liking. So there's basically a room that generated like no doors in the campaign, so I have to dig our way in here. Someone basically put the lamp push basically on my like, you know, game here. That could be useful for leveling up, I guess. Alright, so the black core. Lock your soul away and death will never reach you. The Emerald Razor. So we found like, you know, actually like, you know, unique spacey in this one here. Now, because I actually have money, I can actually do more stuff now with my character, so that's a nice thing to note by the way as well. I think this is actually better than what I currently have, because like, you know, that's just cutting right there on that like, you know, thing right there, so let's get rid of this right now. This is a tier 2 like sling over here. That's like nothing I really care about, but whatever's there. Char's Afflictions, always nice, but whatever. So there we go. Let's melt that all down. Get some stuff. Alright, well, that's basically it for level 3 here, so let's just clear out the rest of these levels up here. So there's another like, you know, glowing chest we'll leave alone. I'll note that as I get levels, by the way, we'll basically come back here to actually like, you know, visit the chest, but you know, we're just gonna hold off on like this stuff basically for now. Oh, troll captain down here. Let's do this. We'll explode him a little bit down there. Let's just do this. The thing looks like an alligator, but it has unusually large gray eyes. It gazes at you with great intensity. Let's do this. Just gonna do that for now. There we go, we'll kill him that way. I'm not sure why I basically able to see those guys, but we're just gonna kill them as they get closer, I guess. Alright, so level up here. We got base up to level 15, so I got some extra points here. I guess I'll boost up my cunning end to like get the stuff over here, so get myself steam power if I want over here at some point. Alright, get access to vacuum shot. And we get access to size shot. So we'll get those basically up here a little bit more. I know that vacuum shot is basically like a very good modifier for like attacking stuff, so you basically hit something and basically pulls a bunch of enemies like, you know, together. So for example, if I go after this guy here, basically there's like vacuum shot like sort of like pulling things together, so to speak. Of that. Oh no, by the way, this is like not the most efficient thing to basically use mind injection to do stuff, but you know, we're basically like use it to like get rid of like, you know, status effects. It's like, you know, where it really shines, so to speak. You know, I'm wondering if I basically have like, you know, telepathy or something over here. I mean, my character only has, oh! I have heightened senses. Okay, so that's basically how I'm able to see stuff. I actually have enough senses to actually see things, so that's nice. They can't see me because I, like, you know, can see them before they see me, so to speak. Let's drop that right there. We'll blast them off a little bit here. There's our Trollmaster on over here. There's Eclipse. Yes, poison wire, it's annoying. Where am I going here? Am I going to the staircases? Yep, so it wants me to go to the next level here, so let's just get over here to the next level and let's clear out the first level here. That was fun. Let's drop that there, blow these guys up, kill you. There's a hidden vault up here. Explore this level entirely. Notice a bit up here. Let's drop that right there. Explode these guys here. Boosh. Drop that there, explode you. Almost cleared this entire level. And I'm not bothering this a little bit of, like, you know, issue of level duration in this one as well, so the stuff, if you notice, you want to, like, you know, make use of, basically. I believe that's probably it for now. Alright, so there we go. We've wiped out everything in the Dominion ports, basically up to, like, you know, the 3rd level. I did get an acid wave, like, you know, ruin the psychic, but, you know, whatever, only care about it. Now, this might be a little bit early to basically do, but I want to go here to try and find some sandworms, so... we'll come here, blow these guys basically up, maybe. And no bother, these guys, like, you know, they don't take a lot of damage from fire damage, because, like, they're, like, you know, fire drakes, so... forgot about that, but whatever. Let's do this. There's a level up for me. I get resilient body if I want to now, so your guys' body is very resilient to damage terminal effects. Each time you're basically hit with a terminal effect, you basically get a burst of healing. Let's get that right now. And let's just go over here. I'll basically, like, you know, we'll basically aim to get this, like, next, I guess. And drop this point here. I'll be, like, buffing these basically up these towns over here at some point, so... let's get our dexterity up to 42, I guess, and we'll go from there. There we go, sandworm. There's our first sandworm tooth. There's a first larva, basically dead and buried. Now, you want to be very careful in this area because there is horrors to, like, watch out for. Basically, this is a very, like, you know, dangerous area to be in right now, but whatever. I came here because I wanted to basically get the, like, you know, the stuff for the pain suppressor self if I wanted it, so... I can get this basically if I want it. This basically lets you, like, you know, fight to, like, you know, negative, like, you know, life, you know, stuff like that, and reduce these damage as well. So it can be useful to pain suppressor salve. I don't feel like the, like, samurai ingredients basically changed at all. So we'll just get that for now. Don't think there's anything else here to really care about, so we'll just back out again. Alright, before I basically continue, so I think at this point let's just talk a little about inscriptions and stuff like that. So, something about basically about the implants basically for the Embers of Rage campaign. You basically have like your steam generator implant, and of course the medical injector, like, you know, implants over here that are basically added in. And how they basically work? The steam, like, you know, generator implants basically just like a mana source ruin. It basically, like, you know, gets you, like, you know, a resource basically to like work with, in this case steam as opposed to mana. And you basically can activate to get bursts if ever you need to. So I don't really need to basically explain that, but I'll note that there's like something to basically explain about these like medical injectors. So I'll note that when you basically play like this game, you have like a natural infusion, like the you know, regeneration infusion here. You use it, and it's like, you know, it's basically like on cooldown, so to speak. And it cools down. Medical injectors are a little bit different because, unlike with like the infusions and like runes and stuff like that, these basically like have like a different sort of like, you know, setup. Where if it basically like, you know, use like a healing cell, for example, and it'll basically put like, you know, one of these basically on cooldown. And if I want to basically use like, say, a frost salve, and boom, it'll put the other one on cooldown. And like everything on cooldown, of course, basically at this point, but whatever. Note, by the way, the cooldown is basically based on like this stuff here, so we'll make our medical injector basically used by cells basically first here, so poof. And we'll like use this right here, and then poof. Alright, so something to know about the salves here is that basically when you like, you know, have a medical salve, you basically choose what salve you want to use here. And if I want to basically like use like, say, like a healing salve, I can. But really what I'm using a salve basically for like detrimental removal. And essentially what's like the thing here is like, you know, you can use like, you know, these salves like, you know, lower like, you know, medical injections if you want to do stuff. You use like the like, you know, mind injection to like sort of like give yourself like, you know, basically like a salve as well. And what's really nice about these salves is I can basically use wherever I need to at a given moment. I can use wherever I need to at a given moment. So I'm not basically in this game. There's like 3 types of salves. There's basically water salves, fire salves, and like frost salves basically here. They're basically used to remove like detrimental effects. And then you have like a few other salves like the healing salve, the like pain remover salve, and like another one called the unstoppable salve. And what you're basically using these salves for is like, you know, you can basically plan and choose like how you basically use them. So if you basically need some healing at a given moment, you can basically use like the healing salve as opposed to like the frost salve. Or if you have a different effect, you can basically get rid of, you can basically use the salve for that instead. So they're basically very versatile, like, you know, inscriptions as opposed to like, you know, the like standard like, you know, infusions or ruins. Basically like, you know, the like regeneration rune here, I can use it to basically heal up. And then that's it. I can't use it for like removing like, you know, detrimental effects or anything like that, like I can like the medical injectors here. So it's very powerful to have like access to these like, you know, cells, but you know, I wonder if there is like some drawbacks to these as well, by the way, these like cells. One of the things is like they're kind of like weak compared to like, you know, a wild infusion or like, you know, a regeneration like, you know, infusion of like the same value. So I can basically use this to heal up for like, you know, 9-1 like, you know, like points. But I can actually use this to like, you know, heal up for like, you know, double the amount basically over like, you know, 5 turns, so to speak. So these are like powerful. But this is like a lot more powerful than like it if I basically needed like, you know, a dedicated healing source. And likewise, just like here, the like, you know, frost salve. This is useful for like moving like, you know, physical effect. But a wild infusion will basically give you that and like the ability to like, you know, get like a damage reduction for a moment. And this only gives you like a small little affinity. And it doesn't really take into effect like Shadow Affliction runes, which basically you move like, you know, 3 different like, you know, effects as opposed to like, you know, 1. So what I'm basically saying here is like, you know, with inscriptions, we're basically playing like, you know, a Tigger type of class. It's usually better to like ignore the like, you know, Tiggers basically early on until like they like get a little bit better. I'm basically sort of like holding them on right now because basically like don't have any like better like, you know, inscriptions really to use right now. But you know, later on down the road, I'll basically want to make use of like, you know, more powerful inscriptions basically like to work with, so to speak. But whatever. Now, I'm actually wondering at this point how long I've actually been going at this point, so We've actually been going for 40 minutes. You know, this is gonna be a very short episode, I guess, because we basically like went through like, you know, the Troll Dominion port to like, you know, wipe out some stuff. But I don't want to basically like, you know, open up any chests until they're, you know, a little bit higher level to like do so. So we'll end it here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Basically, like, you know, go through the rich caves basically next. So take care, all.